Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we peek behind the curtain of corporate filings, and today we've got an exciting one from Cidara Therapeutics Incorporated. We'll be diving into their latest update to see if their latest drug candidate is headed for a blockbuster or a bust, and before we dive in if you want more. Of these unfiltered looks at what companies are really doing, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our Discord community linked below. Alright, so Cidara Therapeutics Incorporated is filing a current report on Form 8K, which basically means something significant has happened that investors need to know about right away. The main event here happened on the 24th of September 2025, and it is all about their drug called CD388. Cidara had an end of Phase 2 meeting with the US Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA, about CD388. Now, a Phase 2 meeting is super important because it is where the company and the FDA talk about the results from the second stage of testing a drug to see if it is safe and works well enough to move into bigger, more advanced studies. And it looks like, based on what the FDA said, Cidara is going to speed things up and expand their plans for CD388. They are currently trading on the Nasdaq stock market, LLC, under the ticker symbol CDT. So what is the big news from this meeting? Well, Cidara is now planning a Phase 3 trial for CD388. This is the final and largest stage of testing before a drug can potentially get approved. What is really interesting is they are looking for approval based on just one Phase 3 study, which is a more aggressive approach. And they are expanding the group of people who can be in this study. Originally, they were thinking about people over 12 with serious health issues or weakened immune systems. But now, thanks to the FDA's feedback, they are also including adults over 65 who don't have any specific pre-existing conditions. What does this mean in real terms? It is like they reopening the door to so many more people possibly getting this drug. It is going from about 50 million people in the United States who could potentially be eligible to well over 100 million people. That is a huge jump in the potential market and the number of people who might benefit. Let's talk about the study itself. It is going to be global, meaning it is happening in multiple countries. It is multi-center, so at many different locations. It is randomized, meaning patients are randomly assigned to get the drug or not. It is double-blind, which is important because neither the patients nor the doctors know who is getting the actual drug and who is getting a placebo, a fake treatment. This helps prevent bias, and it is placebo-controlled, which is the gold standard for proving a drug works. They will be giving a single 450 milligram dose of CD388 injected under the skin. They plan to start signing up patients by the end of September 2025 in places like the US and Europe, and continue that into the spring of 2026 in places like Australia and South America. This is actually 6 months earlier than they originally planned, showing a real push to get this drug to market faster. The goal is to enroll about 6,000 people in this study. There will be a check-in point in the middle of the study after the flu season in the Northern Hemisphere to see how things are going. Check the numbers and decide how many more people they need to enroll for the Southern Hemisphere flu season. Now, this is a big deal for investors and anyone following the company. Cidara believes they have enough money already saved up to pay for the entire Phase 3 development of CD388. This means they likely, 1, need to raise more money from selling stock or taking on more debt, which is usually good news for shareholders. Let's quickly look at what they're remeasuring to see if the drug works. The main goal or endpoint is to see if it prevents laboratory confirmed flu. They'll also be looking at whether people have a body temperature of 37.2 degrees Celsius or higher, which is about 99 degrees Fahrenheit, and if they have new or worsening respiratory symptoms like a cough or sore throat, or a feverish feeling and body aches. This report also includes what are called forward-looking statements. This is standard language in these filings. It just means they're talking about what they expect to happen in the future, like when they'll finish studies, if the drug will get approved, and if they have enough money. They refer to their previous quarterly report on Form 10Q, which was filed back on the 7th of August 2025 for the period ending the 30th of June 2025. This is where you can find more detailed financial information and other risks they discussed. And finally, the report is signed off by Jeffrey Stein, PhD, who is the President and Chief Executive Officer. So, what is the big picture here? Cidara Therapeutics Incorporated seems to be making a strong move with CD388. They're re-accelerating their plans and widening the potential patient pool, which is a good sign of confidence. The fact that they think their current cash can fund this entire massive trial is also very positive, meaning they might not dilute existing shareholders by selling more stock. The drug is aimed at preventing influenza, a massive market, and if CD388 proves effective in this large phase 3 trial, especially with the expanded patient criteria, it could be a significant development for the company and for public health. However, we always have to remember that clinical trials are incredibly risky. Even with positive phase 2 results, phase 3 can fail. Delays, unexpected side effects, or simply not meeting the statistical goals can all derail the best. Laid plans, the company themselves mention risks like unexpected delays, negative results from trials, and action by regulatory authorities. So while the outlook is promising based on this report, it is crucial to keep an eye on the actual trial results and any further updates from the FDA. The expansion of the trial to include more people, especially older adults without specific comorbidities, is a strategic choice that could pay off big if the drug is broadly effective and safe, but it also increases the size and complexity of the research. Overall, Cidara looks like it is betting big on CD388, and this accelerated timeline and expanded study suggest they are quite optimistic. It is a high-stakes play in the crucial field of infectious disease prevention, and we'll be watching closely to see if they can deliver on this ambitious plan. Alright, what is your take on Cidara's accelerated drug development plans? Do you think CD388 will be a game changer, or are you more cautious after the risk disclosures? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown valuable, please give it a like and subscribe for more regular insights. And don't forget to hop into our Discord community for more discussions and to tell us what filings you want us to decode next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.